Good evening and welcome to the next episode of Ask Afro Daddy. My name is Afro Daddy. Hello. And I'm joined by...
I still can't get this part right.
You still
I know.
Every week.
Every week I freeze.
Every week you still don't know what your name is.
I know what my name is, but I want a cool name too that feels natural.
Well then do something.
I know.
Maybe grow a facial hair. You could be Moustache Mom.
Oh, Moustache Mom. I can't believe you just said that.
I'm saying if you grew your facial hair. Not that you have facial hair to grow, but if you have facial hair.
You're not winning at
This is not a good start. Listen.
I feel like I'm going to sit here for the rest of the Ask Aphrodite with like the flashlight on my face looking and like
making
the
sure...
selfie feature on my phone, making sure that I do not have a moustache.
She does not. So listen, the whole point of this is for you guys to send in your questions to me throughout the week, either on the Facebook page or via email, and then we do our utmost to answer them poorly.
That sounds about right. They could also send questions to me. You know, it could be.
No, this is my show. It's not called the Ask Moustache Mom.
No, it's Terrence, that is not sticking. I can't. I actually will kill you.
You are officially Moustache Mom.
I'm officially no such thing.
Yeah, you're officially Moustache Mom. So listen, want to start a new feature this week. Something that hopefully we can continue doing every week. Now, this is what I was thinking about, right? There's a lot to complain about when it comes to being a parent because it is very hard.
It's hard.
So we're going to try and like fight that just a little bit. You know, we still want to keep it real. We don't want to just pretend like it's not hard, but at the same time, we also want to make sure that we remind ourselves that actually, you know what? It's sometimes pretty great. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with just each of us highlight of the week.
Okay.
Yeah, so you go. What's the highlight of your week so far?
So my highlight was our baby started play school.
Really?
On Tuesday. You're saying really, like you didn't know
like
that.
I didn't know that. Like that was... I'm shocked to have heard about this.
Yeah, so he started play school. It was an impromptu decision because our nanny had to take some sick leave. And he has absolutely loved it. I mean, it is like one of the best play schools, you know, in the world.
Gee, don't hype it up that much. Like it's not like the Beckham children didn't go there or whatever.
They would have wanted to.
They would have wanted to go there. Though,
Auntie Anita and Auntie Sandy are amazing. No, but it was just he suddenly, packed his little bag and I made him his first packed lunch. And then he went off to play school and his teacher said, "Do you want to say bye, Mummy?" He said, "Bye, Mummy, love you," and was happy as Larry. So I feel like he became a big boy overnight and that was quite amazing to see, but also I want to cry.
It does make you a little bit weepy. To see the boyki get older. My highlight, I think mine was the obvious one. So I can be quite gullible at the best of times. So when my wife tells me that I have to rush home from work on Friday to go to a play school PTA meeting in the middle of the work day.
The club demonstration.
Oh, is that what it was? It shows you how much attention I was paying. I just knew I had to be at the school on Friday in the middle of the day. And that we had to meet at home, that we had to go together, which I also didn't understand, but okay. And then I get home and my wife says, "Hey, the kids aren't here. I've packed a whole bunch of food. You need to pack your bags in 20 minutes because tonight we are going to Tilbach, which is like an hour and a half away, and we're spending the night without the kids, just you and me. We're going to have dinner, we're going to have wine, we're going to have a lovely B&B to ourselves, or at least it'll be a room to ourselves, and we're going to have some time together without the kids." And it was a wonderful surprise, and it was awesome.
I thought this had to be a parenting highlight.
Yeah, it was a highlight, not having to be a parent.
Okay, I see where you're going.
So yeah, that was my highlight. So, you know what? If you have a highlight at any point, you can let us know. It's cool. That'll be fun. Right, let's get to the first question. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
The first question is, what are your views on screen time?
Oh wow, we're just getting
jumping right into the deep end.
In there.
Yeah.
Views on screen time. So interesting. We didn't really do screen time with Liam until he turned about 1. I think we didn't really put any television on.
Not really.
We were really good, but I think that's what happens when you have like, you know, the 2-to-1 ratio in your favor.
Yeah.
So 2 parents, 1 child.
It's easy to like, no, we're going to read and play rather, because there's always one of us that has the energy to do that.
And you know what? You say that like that, but I mean, we do have a few friends who have, you know, 2 kids similar age to ours, and they don't do any screen time. And I think they're amazing.
But do they have a parent that stays at home that doesn't work full time?
Yes. But yeah, we do. So we do let our boys watch a little bit of screen time. Funny enough, there was no screen time today.
That's because I wasn't here. So the problem we have, or at least the problem I have with no screen time, is some kids it just works for some kids. So I had a lot of screen time as a kid.
Yeah, and now your whole career is around screens.
So that's not necessarily a bad thing.
No, it's
look,
not.
Look, there is research to show that, especially from a young age, you know, too much screen time is a bad thing.
Yeah.
But also, like Eli, for instance, our youngest, we can put him in front of a TV for 2 hours if we needed to, and he'd just watch.
So we shouldn't do that.
No, I'm not saying we should do that, but I'm saying it is. The reality is the reality of parenting is you need that half an hour sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes he gets into a state, and that's an easy way to calm him down because we're all exhausted. It's been a long week, or it's been a difficult day, or whatever, and it's just a tool that we go to make our lives easier.
Yeah. So we're quite strict with what our kids watch. Like I'm not a fan of just putting on the television. Like we don't have DSTV or anything like that they could just stream.
And they don't have control over what goes on TV.
Yes, or even when it goes on. So, you know, it's very much like Peppa Pig is our world. But yeah, I mean, they love it, and I think for us also, you know, we live in a small apartment. And so, yeah, you're right. You know, we're both working. Sometimes, you know, if one of us needs to finish something, it's just we need a relative amount of undisturbed time.
Calm, yeah.
Yeah. And so then, you know, when it's rainy, like, what do you do for a whole day?
Yeah.
If you're a working parent and you're trying to keep a kid kind of occupied indoors. A little bit of Peppa Pig didn't hurt anyone.
Or a lot of Peppa Pig. To the point of us being able to quote episodes verbatim. And look, we do try. So we have put certain rules in place. Like we don't have any TV after past time.
Yeah.
Generally, like 95% of it.
Yeah.
And we do we read a lot of book stuff, and we try to be as active as possible. But like, you know what? You can call us bad parents, but we do let our kids watch a lot of TV, or have a lot of screen time, at least.
Yeah, probably.
But you know what the reality is, right? This is also where I don't argue with the experts, but they base all this research on the assumptions that come from a previous generation, where there was only one screen in the home.
I haven't actually read enough of the research. I probably should, and then I probably want to not have read it.
But it was based in a world where screens weren't like ubiquitous, right? Is that the right word?
That's a very fancy word.
Like it's not everywhere. I'm hoping it's the right word.
For 20 past 9 this time. 5 past 9 on Wednesday night.
Yeah, so
ubiquitous.
Yeah, so like it's everywhere, and you have to learn to use like screens wherever you go. No matter what your job is, it's going to entail a lot of screens. You do nothing technical, correct? Like you're not like programming.
No.
You're not. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
How many screens do you have at the office? Just monitors.
I have 2.
2 monitors. There we go. Right. So, and that's in a non-technical space. If you're going to move into, I know the programmers and the designers at my office have 3, 4, 5 screens, and cell phones. Plus we have TVs up. There's a lot of input.
So what are you saying, that you think that we should start them early so that they're ahead of the game?
No, I'm not saying start them early. I'm just saying we are moving into a world where there's going to be a lot of stimulation, a lot more stimulation than ever before in the form of various screens and kids do need to learn to manage that. So I'm not saying that we should increase the amount of screen time. I'm just saying take the research in with a pinch of salt.
Again, I feel like I can't really contribute to this conversation very well.
No,
I haven't actually read the research, which I probably should do.
Yeah, but again, the reality is, your kids are going to be using cell phones. They're going to be using laptops. They're going to be watching stuff on TV. They're going to be in working environments where they're going to have. I mean, if I think of my office.
Yes, I don't think anyone's saying that a 20-year-old or even a 7-year-old should, it's bad to introduce them to screens.
Yeah.
But what they're saying is, sort of that under 6 time, I imagine, is what they're saying. I can kind of extrapolate it from other kind of, research around brain development. They're saying, you don't need screen time to develop certain parts of the brains, in those formative years. It's far better to have them exposed to, the natural environment and reading and books. I imagine that's what they're saying for the foundations that would then allow them to be great screen users in the future.
I'm fairly certain the first generation of people after the printing press came out was like, no, you can't have these kids reading. You can't have them sitting down and engaging with books. They need to be outside learning how to dig their own graves since they're going to die at the age of 18.
Oh my gosh, this is getting morbid.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying. Every time there's new technology, people have been like, "No, this is terrible." But there hasn't been enough research for us to say these things.
So yeah.
All I'm saying is.
What are you saying? You're very defensive of screen time.
I'm
you have a lot of it.
Because I have a lot of
and
it.
You love screen time.
And is there anything wrong with that?
Well, no, but I think there is something a bit freaky of seeing, a 3-year-old completely zoned out in front of a TV.
Why?
I don't know. It just feels like a poor use of their time.
I don't know. They're taking in a story. They're learning to, engage with
but they're
characters.
Not engaging.
They are
zombies.
Just because they look like zombies doesn't mean when you're reading, you look like a zombie. So, is that a bad thing? Is reading bad? Are you saying you've heard it here first? Julie Mantle thinks reading is bad.
I'm not.
Okay, should we move on to the next question?
Yes.
Okay, because this is going to this is a super interesting question, not to do with parenting. From one of our friends, I'm not going to tell you who. Is it offensive for me to use black emojis? I'm tired of using the yellow ones because I'm not yellow. So on your phone, when you're texting and you use emojis, now you can choose which color emoji you want to go to. Did you not know this?
Well, I mean, I've seen the different character faces. I'm now going on to my WhatsApp. Let me have a look what I've got.
If you hold it down, if you hold it down over it, you'll see.
Where?
No.
I'm not seeing it.
Wait, what's wrong with your phone? Oh, yours doesn't do this.
No.
What's going on? That's so weird because mine does.
What does it do?
Maybe it's just with the hands. Oh yeah, okay. It's with the hands.
Okay, but then if you look at the hands, there's multiple skin tone options. So why not pick where is it?
Go with
the one that's closest to you. Which, for those of us of the vanilla persuasion, let's have a look. There's a white one. Or there's a slightly tanned one if it's summer.
Yeah, so look, I've been using, as soon as they came out with these, I've been using it because I hate the yellow ones. It makes me feel like a Simpson. But the problem is I have to change which ones I use depending on what season it's in. Because I do go from second from the left to the middle one, depending on the. But can a white person use black emojis?
No, I suppose this is one of those ones where wisdom applies. My feeling is, why would you want to?
Okay. And
you need to check that. I would probably say don't appropriate the emojis.
Don't appropriate the emojis. Okay.
That would be my advice.
I have a slightly...
What do you think?
So, generally, the people that you're sending emojis to are close friends and family, right? If you're sending emojis to your boss or a client, then you have to get that checked out because that's probably
not the best.
So if hopefully the people you're sending emojis to know you and know that you're not.
But why would I, white Julie, want to send a black thumbs up?
Maybe you just like what the black thumbs up looked like.
No.
No?
It feels like an emoji version of blackface. Like, just... No, but seriously, why are we going here on a Wednesday night? Okay, I suppose this is,
It's just the question.
No, I just... My sense is no.
Okay, so we're going to go with no with that one.
Well, that's my answer.
Yeah. Okay, well, I think it's okay. Okay, this was the next question. What is a movie or movies that you never get tired of watching over and over and over again? Okay, wait.
Okay,
you guess mine.
For you.
You guess mine.
Okay,
I
know
guess
yours. Yours is The Matrix. You'll watch The Matrix over and over and over and over and over again.
Okay.
What will I watch over and over again?
You will watch The Proposal.
I have watched The Proposal quite a few times.
Yes.
I do like it. I really like when the granny's doing the
rain dance.
The rain dance in the forest. Yeah. And that's the rain. That's the same in the rain dancing. But with the dog, when she's trying to get when
the eagle steals the dog.
Yeah, it's so funny. I'm playing it in my head.
What movie were you thinking of?
I was thinking you were either going to say for me...
The Notebook.
No.
A Walk to Remember.
A Walk to Remember, or Beauty and the Beast, the animated one, which I also can watch many times.
Yeah. Well, okay.
Or Mrs. Doubtfire, which I've watched about 30 times.
Question though. Okay, The Matrix was the obvious one. Can you name any other film that I would watch over and over again?
But you can watch so many films over and over again.
See, this is my thing. This is actually a difficult question because I love movies.
Yeah, you do. I could probably list like 20 that you would watch.
Okay, name 5.
Okay, I'm just like thinking of random ones here. Oh gosh, now I'm going blank.
Oh my word. Okay.
Zoolander.
Yes.
Any of the Jim Carrey.
Yes.
Whatever, anything by Jim Carrey, basically.
Especially Ace Ventura.
Ace Ventura is number 1 and 2. Yeah. What else? Most things with Will Ferrell in them.
Yeah, so Anchorman.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. That was like...
You should have gone with that one. That was...
So I feel like I've already gone to 5.
No. Okay, you're missing the most obvious ones.
Give me a clue.
Yippee-ki-yay.
Oh, of course. Man, all the diehards.
Every Christmas.
Every Christmas you want to watch Die Hard. And Home Alone.
No, I don't want to watch Home Alone. You want to watch Home Alone.
No, I don't even like Home Alone anymore. I just get scared.
I hate Home Alone.
Yeah. Why do we do that to ourselves?
No.
I don't even like it.
No.
Why do we own it?
You bought it because it's Christmassy.
Oh, yes. I love Christmassy things.
And Die Hard is the ultimate Christmas movie.
If you say so.
Die Hard 2.
I know. It's an interesting theme for Christmas, but you know.
He's the right man in the wrong place at the right time. Okay? John McClane is the man you need in the airport on Christmas.
Oh man, I don't know. I feel like he's the man you don't need because drama follows him.
No, because there is always drama and he knows how to sort it out.
Ooh, Gone in 60 Seconds, you like?
Good job.
Yeah,
nice
I watched
one.
that a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them. Like we could just go through.
Yeah.
From the the other ones, man, with the space agey car. Back to the Future.
Back to the Future. Yeah. Alien.
Oh gosh,
one. Shove it.
We could keep going. I think we should stop.
I could actually keep. We should just do a movies that Terrence could watch again podcast.
Oh my goodness.
No one would listen to it, but that's fine. Okay, if you could be anywhere in the world right now, where would you be?
Ooh. Where would I be?
Hi, Vanessa and Kirsten, by the way.
Where would I be? Good question. I am really tired. So I'm thinking something like a nice, lazy island vibe. Like maybe the Seychelles or Bali.
So you're tired and you'd want to go to a place where there's lots of activity?
No, to like sleep in a hammock. But you know what my gut reaction was? I actually want to be in New York, which is completely not for tired people. It's like high energy, but it's like a place I need to just get off my bucket list. So that was actually my first thought.
Go to New York.
Yeah. For like...
Why New York?
But actually, no, not right now. Wrong season. I want to go Christmas.
Again, why New York?
Because it looks like...
See,
a
this
really
is the problem.
amazing vibe.
You fall for the movie version of these places.
Okay, if you've been to New York and you're listening, please can you back up my desire to go to New York? But I want to go like...
New York looks like a terrible place.
No, it doesn't. The people look great.
Okay, no,
the vibe looks great. The pace is great. The shopping looks great. The food looks great.
Yeah.
I want to eat a bagel. I want to drink coffee.
If you're a white middle class person.
Well, I am white and not really
Okay,
middle
fine.
class,
So
but,
you can go and leave your entire family behind.
You didn't say that this was like a family vacation. You said, where would you want to be in the world right now?
Okay, good point. Yeah. Let's see. Where would I want to be? Anywhere in the world right now. Hi, Vanessa. Maldives. Vanessa says. That's
Maldives. Okay,
yeah.
that sounds lovely.
Yeah, I have never traveled. I mean, I've been to London, but like I haven't been.
And Mozambique.
Okay, I would want to go flip. Okay, this is gonna sound super random, but a couple of months ago, I had a day in Joburg by myself, and I had no place to go, and I was just waiting out.
Are you going to list Joburg as where you'd rather be right now?
No, the hotel room where I got to be completely alone for 12 hours to sleep by myself.
We're thinking big here. I'm going to New York and Seychelles.
Okay, we're going that big.
Whatever, Bali.
Super easy.
And you're going...
No, super easy.
Joburg hotel room.
Okay. You know the answer. You know my answer.
Oh, you want to go see the Aurora Borealis?
Yes.
Woohoo! Which is, where do you go to that? Like Canada?
Yeah, the northern parts of Canada.
That's the Northern Lights.
Yes, well done.
The fancy version of the Northern Lights.
Very good. Vanessa says New York is definitely a nice place to visit for a few days, and then move on to the world. Yeah, because
Vanessa, you've got it sorted.
Yeah. Also, I don't know how Vanessa would do it. 'Cause Vanessa has like a billion children. She literally has.
She has 5.
She has 1 million children.
Oh, shush,
Okay. she has the total.
That's why we all need a dream. We couldn't go there either.
Yeah, that's good. Good point. So, okay, right. I think it's time for us to do the Would You Rather.
Okay. So tonight's Would You Rather is a bit of a random one.
Right.
Okay. Would you rather? Leave them behind and go on my own. Vanessa, spoken like a true tired parent.
Well, you can take one of us with you.
Yeah, we'll come. Okay, so here's my would you rather.
Yes.
Would you rather retire at 45 comfortably, but like kind of like living the life we're living now, or work an extra 15 years and retire rich?
So retire rich at 60 or retire comfortably at 45?
Yeah. Obviously, you don't know. Okay, so I'm assuming you're going to live past those numbers, right? You reach those numbers,
well,
but you don't know.
According to my family, I don't think so.
No, but in this hypothetical, I knew you were going to say that. Shush.
Sorry.
In this hypothetical, I knew you were going to say that. So obviously, I don't know how much longer you'd live.
Beyond
right?
60.
So you could have like 20 really rich years, or you could have just one really rich year, but really rich. Or you could be like, cool, 45, you don't have to work a day in your life, and you'll live the kind of life we live now until you die, which could be, another 40 years.
Okay, but here's the thing. By retiring, I would still end up doing stuff that would potentially earn.
No, but it's retiring from any need to work.
So if someone just said, okay, Terence, what you're currently earning now, we're just going to pay you that for no reason.
Yeah, because you're not now, when you're 45.
I mean, when you're 45. So when I get to 45, someone goes, right, what you're currently earning, we're going to continue paying you that with the inflation
as your
maxed,
retirement annuity.
As your retirement annuity. Peace out.
Yeah.
I would take that.
Really?
Yeah, I would totally take that because, but this is my brain going, that means I have loads of time to do other stuff that could potentially earn me more money that I might enjoy doing more.
Good thinking. I actually don't know what answer I would choose. 15 years is a long time, but, yeah, 60 and rich without a doubt. I mean, you could be like...
No, but this is my thing. No, this is my thing. I would go 45 and comfortable, then I have 15 years of free time to make myself rich. doing cool stuff.
Okay, but there's like no guarantee, right?
Well, there's no guarantee with anything.
So
I'd rather not have to work hard for 15 years. I'd rather want to be able to have fun and work. Like, you're basically saying, do you want to work hard for 15 years or do you not want to work hard for 15 years? And you know me. Will I go for the harder option or the easy option?
Okay. So I don't know. I'm tempted to like want to work on my family genetics. My grand's still going strong. And I've got like another 25 years after 60 to then travel the world and do things.
Yeah, but you're going to do it as an old person.
Are you calling your mother old?
Yes.
That's scandalous to say.
Are you
She is
saying
very young.
Yeah.
Look, she's traveling, and you know she has.
She's not exactly bungee jumping and skydiving.
Your mom could totally.
She actually could. She actually
Your
totally
mom
could.
would
Yeah.
totally
No,
rock
she could.
that.
She would. Yeah. No. Okay. So, but I don't think I have those genetics.
Also, when we're 60, our kids will be grown-ups, so we'll have less responsibilities, and we'll just be able to like go and travel and enjoy.
Well, no, Julie. When we're 45, our kids will almost be adults. So
Tiffany's planning on living to 100. You go, girl. You can do it.
Also, Vanessa, thank you so much for sharing this audio podcast with your homies and your friends.
Hey.
Really appreciate it. Thanks for that. But this is also the thing. Like, yeah, I'm not sure if I want to be an old, tired, grumpy person.
You can choose to be the
No,
tired
I'll tell you
grumpy
what.
part.
I'm 32 now, and my body is already falling apart. Okay, I think I have half the knees I used to have.
We should probably see someone about
Yeah,
that.
they click every time I walk. I'm not sure
God.
they're supposed to do that.
No.
Also, my hands make this sound.
No, Terrence. Okay, next question.
Cool. Next question. Cool. We're going to keep this a little bit shorter today because we're both exhausted.
We are rather tired.
Yeah.
Fancy that.
Who would have thought that
What
grand?
an interesting new narrative. Plot twist for the mentors.
Did not see that
the
coming.
mentors are tired.
We won't be this weekend though.
Yes.
Ooh.
We're going on a magical little weekend away.
Yeah.
With
But
Eli.
We'll tell you. Yeah, we'll tell you about that next week. We'll report.
We're gonna report back next
back
week.
on that
Okay,
next week.
keep
Yeah.
suspense.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. This is this is a big one.
Oh dear.
Why don't men generally get hurt by words easily? Is that natural or because of their social conditioning?
I'm gonna let you start that one.
Because I'm a man.
You are indeed. I have checked.
Yeah, she did.
Okay. Terrence,
Sorry,
that
what?
laugh was terrible.
What is the question again?
Okay.
No, come on. So
Why don't men generally get hurt by words easily? Is that natural or because of their social conditioning?
so I'm a man, and I can tell you that we do get hurt by words very easily. In fact, it's just we don't display it necessarily in the way. We don't display it in the way that maybe women are used to seeing. So we don't necessarily cry. We don't necessarily say "you really hurt my feelings." We just get angry and frustrated. And
We should post a link to the thing you shared.
there's
the
actually
podcast you shared. I mean, the video you shared on your personal
So
page.
so it really is about social conditioning. We are not taught through culture, through observational learning, and through just direct teaching. We're not, as men, as boys rather, we're not taught how to like express our feelings. We're actually kind
It's
of.
really daft.
It is dumb. It is dumb. When we're told that to show your feelings is a sign of weakness, and it actually makes you vulnerable if you do that. So therefore, you shouldn't. The only feeling that you can show is anger, because anger is manly, and that usually is a violent thing. So a lot of honestly, and this is probably deeper than I should get, but I think a lot of the domestic abuse we have in this country is because men do not know how to channel their emotions well. It's not because yes, there are some men who are just angry, violent people who need to be removed from society, but I think a lot of it is men not knowing how to actually deal with their emotions. So I feel embarrassed. Well, I'm not going to say that.
You're not going to admit that, yeah.
I'm going to get angry.
Yeah.
I feel ashamed. I'm not working. I can't provide for my family the way I want to provide. I feel ashamed. I'm going to say I feel ashamed. I'm going to get angry. All those kinds of things. I feel scared. I'd rather, as a man, be angry than scared.
Yeah, but funny enough, though, as like a woman, I mean, I must say I think it's, societal conditioning affects us too, because when you see men displaying those emotions, it can sometimes be quite unnerving for a woman, because you've grown up conditioned to believe that men are, these strong beings for whom we can show our emotion to, but we'll hold it up, and so it can be a bit unnerving to see.
And when I've actually opened up to you, which, in all honesty, has been a process. I've had to unlearn a lot of stuff. It has been scary for both of us.
Yeah,
I think, and confusing. But
we've both been glad that we've done it.
Yeah. I mean, I need to find the balance. I can't cry every day. It's like I saw a flower without any petals. No. Cool. So I think it's definitely not a genetic thing. It's not because they're men. I think it's definitely because of really the patriarchy, and that's where patriarchy really negatively affects men, because it means that they can't have full emotional lives. We miss out on this whole range of life where we get to express ourselves by, we're happy, and it's okay to show that you're happy and you're excited, and it's okay to be excited about something, or you're sad and it's okay to be sad, and not sad, angry sad, just sad. This that actually makes life, it feels like it honestly feels like men have been given a palette with variations of grey, and we're missing out on all the other colors that can make up life.
Yeah, I wouldn't really talk about shortchanging men's palettes, but I feel like your palettes are pretty full. But I hear what you're saying.
No, I'm saying as a way to experience life. Emotion. Yeah, I think it's the way.
Okay, no, the way you get to express life. Do you mean experience life? No.
What do you mean? Why not?
Dudes, you have all the experience and all
No. What?
The way something express.
Yeah, but the way we experience life is through our own filters and through our own perception. So yeah, we might. I'm not saying we have a tough time.
Okay.
Yeah,
because you really don't.
No, I'm not saying. I'm not going. Oh, shame, poor men. You women will never know how hard we have it.
Okay, good. No. Because I was gonna have to intervene, and it was gonna get awkward.
No,
in front of the people who are listening tonight.
I'm saying we're emotional beings.
Yes, you are.
Men and women, but men have missed out on this whole section of being emotional beings. Okay, a better way to maybe understand it. A better analogy is that stupid myth that we only use 20% of our brains at any one time, which isn't true. But it's kind of like that. Like, men only use 20% of their emotional brains at any one time.
Yeah. And I think also because so many of the emotions, the more flamboyant ones, are seen as effeminate, which is hugely and men don't want to be emasculated and seen as effeminate, and that's really problematic.
And I'd be honest, when you see that in me potentially sometimes, don't you get a little bit embarrassed? Don't you feel like that's not a man?
Yeah, sometimes. Damn you, patriarchy.
Yeah.
Damn you, society. Yeah, but I'm trying to be better about that.
No, yeah. And we it's a learning process. I mean, it's decades of unlearning that we have to fix. So cool. Vanessa has a great question. How did you start the adoption conversation with Liam? Yeah. I'll let you take this one.
So we've kind of not really wanted Liam. We don't want to really have an aha moment with him.
It could be kind of obvious. Imagine Liam being 16 and we're like, Liam, we have something to tell you. You're adopted. And he'd be like, yeah, duh.
That would be a bit of a fail. Yeah, no, so I mean...
It would be the most anticlimactic moment in his life.
I think I remember first really starting... I mean, I kind of tried to, because I knew I should be speaking to him about it from the very beginning. But I think it really became tangible when I was pregnant, and I could explain to him, he was sort of between the ages of 11 months and 18 months, that... Mommy had a baby in her tummy, and you grew in another mummy's tummy, and then I mentioned her name. He now knows. He knows that he has a first mummy. I don't call her a tummy mummy. I know that's a phrase that some people like to use, but I find it a little bit problematic, and I've heard other adoptees say that it's problematic because it basically reduces a biological parent to an incubator. And I don't think that's our intention, but words are powerful, so even the words that we use with little people need to be quite specific. So the preferred term is either biological parent or first parent.
Yeah. And obviously with the 3-year-old, biological parent
is a big word.
It's a big thing to deal with.
So we talk about his first mummy, and he knows her name, and he knows he grew in her tummy, and it's not really something I could share here because it's his story and it's specific, but it's also quite, we're trying really, really hard to find the balance between making sure we don't go into a rainbows and roses kind of talk with him, even from a young age, but whilst also obviously being age appropriate. So we haven't really had to have obviously any hard conversations. He's kind of asked, he has asked a little bit, but obviously it's coming.
I think the best advice we got about this is like, they don't need to know the whole story right away, but when they start asking questions, that's how you know they're ready to hear the answers. So...
Yeah. So he knows, but obviously, we had to feed him some of the the first language that he wouldn't really have. Tiffany's asking, and have you planned to navigate the discussion with Eli? In all honesty,
we actually haven't done much.
We haven't done much talking to Eli about it yet.
Yeah.
Eli's been around when I've had these conversations with Liam about his first mom.
And also, Eli's kind of I don't think.
Oh my gosh, Terrence.
He kind of pops around.
Look, he's just turned 2, but he does have he's speaking quite a lot for a 2-year-old.
Yeah.
So. I'm kind of hoping it's kind of going to be the case where we kind of have these conversations in our home and both of our kids are a part of them.
We're kind of hoping to be as open as possible. So like, I think the danger, one of the many dangers of which there are legion when it comes to adoption, is that it becomes a thing of shame. And it's like we can't really talk about it, and it's kind of a secret that we struggle to talk about it because it's so awkward and uncomfortable. It's only really awkward and uncomfortable for us because we've made it like that.
Yeah.
So we have to fight very hard to not be uncomfortable when answering these questions. To be as honest as we can be, to be ready to say, when he gets older, he's going to ask us questions that we don't know the answers to, and be able to say we don't know, we don't know what it's like to be an adopted kid.
I think for me, one of the reasons that I'm already seeing that it's so important for us to kind of have these conversations, be positive from the start and really initiate it in our home, is that what we have noticed, or I've noticed, you aren't sort of around as much in the day with the kids, but some of the neighbors' kids, we've got one or two neighbors' children who are older, they're like 5, 6, and 7, and they've asked, one little girl, what happened to Liam's real mummy? And they use the words that I have to then be very intentional about explaining in a respectful way in front of Liam, and sort of help them change the words they use, not real mummy, because, it's not real and imaginary.
And people will ask, like shop tellers will ask us.
Yes, in front of him.
I
do worry, because, him hearing this over and over again, I feel like a very big responsibility to step in and correct straight away.
Yeah.
But again, make sure that that's not the first time Liam's hearing a particular
phrase. Yeah, because we want to be his advocates in that space, and we want him to know that we will always defend him and back him, and that he's not alone in trying to navigate this territory, that we're there with him 100% of the way. Because I can imagine it must be a really scary and complicated concept for a kid to have to deal with. So. And and when it comes to Eli, I think it'll be again the case of, this is the kind of, in my mind, and actually this is something that I haven't really spoken to Julie about, but like, the way our family came together is something that we'll talk about around the dinner table.
Yeah.
It's the kind of thing when we're together, when we're reminiscing, when we're talking about it, we won't hide any of the stories. We'll talk about how both of them came to be part of this family in as real a way as possible.
And I mean, we didn't plan to have Eli. That's no surprise.
Yep. He was a surprise.
He was a big surprise.
Yeah.
It's something we talk about.
Thanks a lot, Eli.
Quite honestly. But it is something that I would say that I'm quite concerned about. You know, that having an adopted child followed by a biological child. You know, life is going to be easier for Eli. There's just no two ways about it. And I would be, I have to be honest and say that I do feel anxious about those kind of conversations.
100%.
You know, that Liam will draw conclusions, you know, that the loss and pain of what it's obvious that Eli has, that Liam doesn't have, is going to be really hard. So, yeah, I'm nervous about that.
Yeah, and again, the reality is it's hard. Adoption's hard. It's actually, my most recent Aphrodite video was exactly about just some of the things that makes adoption a difficult territory to navigate.
Yeah. Eyes wide open, man.
And you just got to go into it knowing that it's going to be hard. You have to deal with it, and luckily Liam's a really smart kid.
He is.
He knows he's very loved and adored. So hopefully that will be a good start.
Absolutely.
I think we're going to end it there unless you guys have any other questions. Nope. So thank you so much for listening over the last, 45 minutes or so. It's always been great spending time with you. Thank you to my lovely wife for being so wise.
Aww.
And for putting up with me all this time. Two things I want to say about quickly. There is obviously a new Aphrodite video that came out this week. Go check it out. It's a goodie. Actually, there's three things. The second thing is that Aphrodite got over 2,000 likes. Woo-hoo! Yes, we're getting a community, people. And to celebrate that, I'm making a new group within the page. It's a group that's basically going to be focused on finding services and techniques and products that will make parents' lives easier.
We all need to be spending a bit more time on Facebook these days, hey man.
Yes, and I'm going to give you a reason. Thank you, Tiffany. So this is a good reason to come to Facebook. It's going to be a way for you to support other parents and for you to get support from parents who might be in the same boat as you. So look out for that. That should be coming in the next couple of days. I'm very excited about that, and I'm very nervous because You've never
been a group admin before.
I've never been a group admin before, and people tell me that being a parenting group admin is a tough job.
Be aware of the drama llamas.
Thank you guys for listening. We shall see you or talk to you next week from Aphrodite and Moustache Mom.
No, my God.
Cheers.
Bye.